Hey, how's everybody doing? I don't know if you can hear that. Sounds like some weed whacking's going on. We'll see. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I'm not gonna complain. Weed whacking needs to happen. The yard has only been vacuumed, mowed twice this year in a very nonchalant kind of way. That's tough for me, guys. It's tough for me. I love mowing lawns, but I'm pretty sure my neighbors get a deal on the rent for mowing the lawn, so I can't take that over because I want the deal to them, you know? So, anyway, what did I want to talk? I didn't talk to you guys yesterday. I didn't make a video. I'm back on feeling really tired. I just, I am going through some healing. Let me tell you what. So, it's just kind of crazy. But anyway, my name is Tara. If this is your first time here at the channel, I'm a 54-year-old woman that is vlogging and talking about my life and my way of eating, and that's pretty predominant on the channel right now, and I think that's good. Um, a couple of interesting things that I looked at yesterday. A couple carnivores coming forward and being like, "I cheat. This is something I do," and although I do understand saying that, saying like, I know most people say this isn't a good thing to do, but I do enjoy it and I do it. Um, I don't know if it's kind of like a in and out kind of thing for me. Like when you come to my channel and I'm talking about my way of eating, which is virtually carnivore, I'm under 5 carbs a day net, 5 net carbs a day, easily, if not less. It's under five. I would not call myself completely carnivore because I still have, when I make the carnivore ice cream, I add peanut butter to it. That is a plant that makes it keto. You know what I'm saying? What's another thing that I do that I know puts me in the keto spot? My spices, but I'm not going to beat myself up about spices. Strict carnivore is beef, bacon, eggs, and butter. I definitely use spices. I use salt. Salt's supposed to be in the strict carnivore. I use salt. I use pepper. I like my hot peppers. I've said this before. Um, I am not afraid of using a small amount of maple in a marinade, um, just because it's local and it's actually like, if you don't have it poured over pancakes, it's actually okay, but it's really super small amounts. I don't like honey, so I don't do honey. That would be more carnivore. Anyway, but one of the things that I do that I think is a problem that working on moving away from what's happening. I'm finding it very difficult, and that is Diet Coke. And I know it's better than buying White Claws, because I'm not just gonna have one or two White Claws. I'm gonna have 4 to 8, and I don't want to drink anymore. So that's not gonna happen. It's better than a lot of things. I did find a nice seltzer that I like. My problem is they don't sell them in single cans at any of the stores. So if I have a desire to have something cold and sparkly for my dirt road ride, I'm not finding anything that I would want to purchase and drink besides Diet Coke. So that's annoying. So I saw a couple of different people say that they actually drink Diet Cokes regularly and they don't care. And I care that I do. And so I'm not giving you permission because I do that and I'm working on it, I don't give you permission to do that. I think that Diet Coke, even if you weren't embarking on a carnivore or ketovore diet, is super bad for you. I know this because I used to drink it like crazy. Back when I worked at Publix, that was the worst time of my life. There are videos out there about it. I'm sure of it. On this channel and the one that I had before that is connected to this channel in the description of my channel. Um, I used to drink about, okay, so my morning would always be coffee, coffee, coffee. No sugar. I was drinking coffee the same way I am now. Creamer, powdered creamer, and coffee. No sugar. Diet Coke the rest of the day, all through work. So I would drink anywhere from 6 to 12 Diet Cokes a day. I almost feel like I would have to go to rehab if I ever went back that hard. For real. Like, that's bad. And then I would come home and drink. I was a Corona drinker at the time. And drink a 12 pack of Corona. No problem. With limes. Every one of them. But I remember having lime all over my hands. Just, oh my God. What a pain in the ass. So I don't feel like when I talk about that I'm having Diet Coke, that's not something that I'm not giving you permission to do that. I'd rather you didn't. And I rather I didn't as well. So when I see carnivores coming forward and saying, these are things that I do, I cheat all the time, this is what I do, I feel like it's almost like a permission, even though I don't think that's their intention. I don't like that. And so, like, I found myself actually commenting when the person talked about the Diet Coke and they actually opened one on the video and the whole sound and all that fun shit, like you see when I open my LaCroix, that's like a thing. There's some sort of romantic engagement with that sound. And it just kind of like drives me crazy. I don't want you drinking Diet Coke. Please don't. Um, that reminds me, there is a carnivore that's out there. I think she's like 58 years old, and I used to see her videos a lot. I haven't seen them in a minute. How do I find somebody? I guess I should go to my subscription. I want to know if she's still hanging on because she was struggling with letting go of the diet sodas as well. And I have no idea how much she drank. She never talked about how many she had. But I will do max two, minimum one, and it's becoming a daily thing, and it's making me angry. I don't want it. Um, and I have all those reasons why I'm still buying them because I can't find a decent seltzer in a can that they sell singly at my local general store. What the fuck, right? Like, how dumb. Well, that's driving me crazy. Um, and then I saw another one. I'm not going to mention the name. I'm talking about how they literally like fall off the wagon a lot, and yet they're still making carnivore videos about what we should do. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I understand we make mistakes and we will fall off the wagon. I think I haven't had that issue. I'm doing something that a lot of people say not to do, and I am having carnivore style desserts or keto desserts because I don't want to buy any sweets at the store, and I want something sweet. I don't feel that the allulose and the heavy cream and the egg is causing me to want more carbs like a traditional carb would. So, say if I was to, oh, let me tell you this. So, my serving sizes of those have gone down. Remember before I was saying I was eating the gelato container size of the carnivore ice cream? That's way too much. Way too much. So, I don't do that. And when I make it and I do put it in one of those containers, I fill it half to three quarters of the way to keep me from feeling like shit about it. Because you just it's a gluttony, you know? So now back to the story. If I was eating an actual gelato and had that, I would still crave a brownie in a few hours. The carnivore desserts do not spike my interest in more sweets. Actually, they're more satisfying. And if you're going to have them, that's the way to do it because there's so much involved that is helping you not go off the rails with it. Like a Diet Coke has a lot of chemicals in it that's causing you to go off the rails with it. Um, but having some heavy cream, a couple of eggs, a little bit of vanilla extract, if you want, and you don't even need to, a little allulose, and you're blending that with a kitchen mixer and putting it in the freezer for a while, you're in really good shape. And even if you gluttonize it prematurely, it's not going to make you go out and buy a chocolate bar. It's not the same. The addiction isn't there because the sugar is not there. The Diet Coke problem is it's an aspartame addiction. That's what that is. And that will send you off on a wild goose chase. Aspartame is bad. And allulose, from what I understand, is wonderful. It won't spike your blood sugar. It actually works like a GLP, apparently. I think it's too soon to tell. I don't know. I don't know. I do have some Swerve. I haven't used that. I've never used monk fruit because I think when monk fruit came into the scene in popularity, I was just ending keto. When I made keto desserts before, I used to make this crazy awesome pound cake. A keto pound cake. It was nuts. Um, I found the best to bake with Splenda. You won't catch me dead eating Splenda right now. Not at all. So that's something a lot of carnivores don't do because you become very satiated with the high fat, high protein diet. And if you the likelihood of you even having a craving are pretty small. If you've got a little discipline on this, you could make carnivore desserts. You could just eat butter. Butter is very yummy. And something else I've discovered recently that is like, if I really want something sweet and I don't feel like having the ice cream because I don't want to eat it, or I didn't make any ice cream and there's none of that for after dinner, I could have like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sour cream and like it's over. If I find myself throughout the rest of the day finding that I want something sweet and it's not in my window of sitting down and having that big meal and having my dessert within that time frame, a pat of butter always works. So yeah, but I don't consider it falling off the wagon that I have carnivore or keto desserts. I'm sticking strictly with the ice. Actually, that's a lie. I actually made some Greek yogurt mousse. That's in the fridge right now. I had a little bit last night. I kind of liked it. I just had this Greek yogurt forever. And I'm like, well, I don't have any ice cream and I don't feel like making any. It's hot and the AC's not installed yet. It's hot up here. No, this isn't sweat. I took a shower. It's very warm in this second floor apartment in the summertime. And as soon as it's consistently over 70 degrees, it boils up here. So, me standing over a mixer and blending stuff up and putting it in I'm not into it right now. So I made that little mousse. So what I did, this is what I did. I took like three quarters of a cup of Greek yogurt, whole fat. Um, I think it was like a quarter of a teaspoon of unsweetened cacao or cocoa powder. It's not the cocoa, it's the cacao. Um, and I think a teaspoon of allulose, and I folded it together until it made a mousse. And I sat down and ate it, and I thought it was fabulous. I wouldn't even need all that really. I could just eat the yogurt. But those are things that if they come to you in the beginning of your keto or ketovore journey, don't beat yourself up over those desserts. Eventually, and this is common, when you look at carnivores that have been doing it for a year or two or more, they don't touch anything like that. If they want something sweet, they'll have a pat of butter, or they'll mix up a little bit of egg and heavy cream, and that's it in it. That's sweet enough for them. So that's wonderful. Your taste buds will change, especially when whatever sweetness you are adding doesn't cause compulsion. And any carb will cause compulsion. That's why, even though I love maple, I cannot use it all the time. I can't put it in every marinade. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like that will turn into something else. Sugar will turn into something else. Um, soup, aspartame will kick you off of something. I don't know what, but these people talking about this one particular that they fall off the wagon really hard, and like what they mean is it's not that they overdose themselves on a carnivore ice cream. They go out and buy a pint of ice cream and eat it, and a box of cookies and eat it. What the fuck? Are they trying to kill themselves? Don't do that, guys, please. No, I no. So we're talking about serious food addiction issues, and it's it's got to be more than just the diet, guys. It's kind of like when I quit drinking. Now I'm really young on that. Where am I? 216 days. I'm really young on it. What do I know about sobriety? Not a whole hell of a lot. What I do know is that the way it found me helped me to keep my mind in that spot. Do I desire to have a drink? Mm-hmm. You bet. It takes me about 2 minutes to talk myself out of it at this point. I just, what on earth? And if it means that I'm going to have a Diet Coke, then I guess I will. But I still think that's tied to the alcohol, even though there's none in it. So when I hear somebody that has that, don't get me wrong, I obviously have a carbohydrate addiction. I obviously have to be very, very, very careful. And that teaspoon of maple syrup that come in my diet once a week may be too much. Like I've got to be very diligent about not going over that. I cannot just have a cookie. That will spiral me out. I will go and get more cookies. I will go and buy some treats. What will satisfy me and keep me from jumping in the car to go down to the store and buy something sweet is carnivore ice cream. And I can have a little bit of peanut butter in it. It doesn't send me over the rails. Does that mean it's perfect for my body and my healing? Probably not. It's a lot of dairy, and peanut butter in all its glory is still a vegetable or a legume. Okay, it's still not ideal for a human diet. So I'm watching this person, they're freaking out, and I'm thinking, I'm getting nervous. I'm feeling like they've got like body dysmorphia. They're like, look how fat I look. They're like putting it in their face. I'm like, woman, you've lost 140 fucking pounds on this diet. You don't look fat. You look way better than what even you say your weight is. You obviously this person wears the weight really well. They say they're about 150 to 160 pounds. They look like they're 120. So they could be one of those people that hold weight really well. But they're going off on carbohydrate binges. No, you can't do that. That would be like me having a channel solely about sobriety and continuing on lecturing and talking and giving tips and tricks and constantly focused on these things and not telling you that I'm going out and getting fucking wasted every weekend. What the fuck? I don't like that, guys. It's dishonest. And I would rather be, you know what? I'm ketovore and I'm having way too much dairy. I know this. Um, I know I'm drinking too much coffee. I know I've got to get rid of that fucking coffee mate creamer. It's horrible. But I'm not doing what I'm saying I'm doing. I've got my issues still that are lingering around, like a Diet Coke and coffee. Um, but I found myself like not wanting to engage in the carnivore ice cream as much, which is great. That's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to turn off of that. I would love to be able to like literally only make that when Stella's over. Because my Stella is a sugar addict. It's bad. And I would love to have a lot of replacements for her while she's at my house. I don't want her touching it. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to do an experiment in the morning. And I have no idea if I'll be successful with it or not. Even though I am not finished with my creamer, I have put less in my drink. It doesn't matter. It's still there. Creamer is like nasty. Nasty. Like reading the ingredients will hurt your feelings. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I'm going to try a pinch of salt and go with black coffee because I do have the good coffee that can be drank black. Some of the cheap stuff that I buy that's available around here, I wouldn't want black. But I'm going to put a pinch of salt in it or a grind of salt and see if I can have two coffees like that. And if I can do that, then creamer's goodbye, which is great. But you're not gonna. I don't know. I shouldn't be like that because it could happen, I guess. But if I went on a binge, whether it be sugar or alcohol, and I had, and my conversations with you guys is about high fat, high protein diets and no alcohol, I wouldn't continue to make videos talking about the benefits of sobriety and meat until I was back to sobriety and meat. I wouldn't be making a video for you or for me or for us, getting off the YouTube, uploading it, and sit down to whatever the person's sitting down to. They're freaking out. It's just not. I'm not gonna stop making this video and then start cracking white claws because my camera's not on and you can't see me. Because I'm not drinking for you. I'm not drinking for me and my family. If you get benefit from it, I'm fucking stoked. I'm not having crazy carbohydrates every day because I no longer have the excuse that that's keeping me from drinking. Because guess what? I'm keeping me from drinking. God's keeping me from drinking. So I can't use that I need sugar. Nope. And I'm not having sugar to make my YouTube channel successful. That's fucking crazy. I'm not having sugar because my body is screaming at me. And now that like today and yesterday, I'm like, my body is screaming at me still. And I have a lot of positive things going on. A lot of non-scale victories that are just awesome. But something's wrong, and I know what it is, and I've got to really flip that switch in my brain. The way that I flipped the switch in my brain about drinking alcohol, and the way that I flipped the switch in my brain about eating sugar. I'm consuming too much dairy. I'm not going to come to you and tell you that I've eliminated dairy and I'm perfect and I am this and that, and then come to you again in another 30 days and tell you that all along I've been drinking heavy cream by the pint. I'm not going to tell you that I quit putting creamer in my coffee after I've done that, only to lie to you about it. So I get nervous when I see something like that. It's one thing if somebody has their favorite cheats. I don't really care to know what they are. If you are honestly being as carnivore as possible, that's all I want to know. Or keto, or ketovore. Or maybe you range throughout. Maybe not all of us can be Primal Bod. Not all of us can be Dr. Chafee. Is it Chafee or Jeffrey? Chafee, I think. You know, where they're like Dr. Chafee, it's literally bacon, beef, butter, and eggs. That's it. And he's probably even more than that. He might even be lying. Salt and meat. I'm not there yet. Could I do it? Uh huh. That's what I had for my meal today. Oh my gosh. If I was still keto, which I came out of regular ketogenic 30 carbs or less a day really fast because I knew that I had to let it go. Especially when I did that one experiment. Remember when I did the chicken bake? And first I had it as a soup. And I was like, this will not last. Like, so I'm going to make a bake out of it. Well, when I first had it as a soup, oh no, it wasn't chicken. It was a cheeseburger soup. I took one pickle, chopped it up into little pieces, and I took a super thin half a slice of red onion and chopped that up into little tiny bits. And I used both of those as a garnish. I knew exactly what pissed me off with that, what hurt my body with that, and it wasn't the pickle. And it tasted so good in that soup. I can't do onion. This is a person that did onion, a whole onion every day on purpose. So beyond onion powder, that's not happening. I mean, I felt it. I knew that that carb was not good for me. So I'm not going to tell you that and then turn around and make fucking French onion soup and not tell you about it. When I was keto, French onion soup was a go-to. Love it. But now that I am 5 carbs or less, I don't even crave it. And I'm getting there with the sweet thing. I don't really need it. It's like a busy thing. Um, and I'm not going to call it food noise either because it's not. I don't believe that's what that is. I could be wrong. But yeah, I feel for that. That would be like steak and butter girl. She obviously eats what she eats. She eats it in front of you all the time. Um, that'd be like somebody catching her drunk. She don't drink. Or somebody catching her eating a salad. Because I think a salad will lead you to the sweets, guys. I really do. One thing I miss tremendously is mushrooms. I love them. I'd spend $10 to $15 a week on mushrooms alone. I can't believe it that I'm not eating mushrooms. But I have a funny feeling that we shouldn't be. I don't know what that feeling is, but I have a funny feeling. So I haven't bought any. I still have some fermented vegetables in the fridge. I haven't touched them. I don't know if I'll even do it. I don't know. But man, I just rather people be honest. I don't want to be lectured about how to be eating this way of eating while they're lying. I don't like that. I think that particular person, I think they have an eating disorder, and it's terrifying because they're in our community, and I don't want them to like hurt themselves. Like that's I can't imagine. I don't know. There are carnivore channels out there that I've seen where the people have been at it for years, and they'll fall off the wagon and they'll come back and tell you, but they are not making videos while they're off the wagon. And I can look at their channel history and see when they fell off, how long it took for the next video to go up. They're, they're trying their damnedest, and shit happens, and they come back, and that's beautiful. We're all human, you know. Well, some of us are still human. I don't think all of us are human anymore. But I am noticing something really wild, and I just gotta. Okay, I never noticed that before. Isn't that funny? Maybe it's because I had so many paintings there. That's actual paint. I never noticed the paint was different right there until just now. I'm like, what kind of reflection off the sky is that? So yeah, whether you're making videos or writing blogs or whatever it is that you're doing to help you, writing journals to help you with your way of eating and how you're going through things, please remain honest with yourself. And when you do something, be honest about it to yourself. And if you are making videos and you're positioned as an authority, I'm not going to say positioning yourself, positioned as an authority on a subject, and you're eating fucking pizza every night when you turn off your camera, that's deceptive. There's something up. That's Satan working on you. That's the devil. And there's a lot going on. And it's time to pray. So I'm still ouchy. I still feel really humongous. And I know what I gotta do. And I'm working on it. And instead of beating myself up, I'm keeping on track with what I have changed and whittle away at what I can change right now. So, like tomorrow morning, I'm going to try salt in my coffee. I think that's going to be great. I don't think butter is going to be great. It might be different. Now that I'm definitely so low carb, um, I'm reacting to food very differently than I did when I was keto. Extremely differently. Very differently. I never took a pat of butter and ate it when I was keto before. Ever. Now I have no problem with that. I think it's delicious. As a matter of fact, you know how you like gravies and stuff like that? I don't need none of that. When I'm resting my steak, I put a shit ton of butter on it, like a tablespoon, let it rest and let it melt. And then when it's time to eat it, all that butter has spread out on the plate and it kind of semi solidifies almost a little bit. Ah! I was telling the girl at the market, the woman at the market, that I made the sausage gravy, and she knew. She was like, "How'd you make sausage gravy?" I'm like the way you make sausage gravy. She's like, "But aren't you carnivore?" And I looked at her and said, "Oh, I haven't used flour in my gravies ever. Like since I went keto, you don't need them. You can thicken a gravy without any of that. You might need a little cream cheese, but you don't need flour. As long as you're cooking it, you got this. She was like, I had no idea. I'm like, start doing that when you make a gravy. It's all in the cream, baby, all in the cream. And she was like, wow. So I'm glad that switched in my brain. Those things are automatic for me. For me to make sausage gravy, I wouldn't even have put flour in it. I wouldn't have even thought of it. So that's good. Everything is everything takes time, guys. And this is something that I struggle with. I've always been smart. I mean, there are people out there that are my age or older that have no fucking clue about things. And I don't know how they've made it this long. And then I think about something that back when I was in a rent to own or at least option home, the dishwasher was broken and we couldn't use it. And because it was a lease option, they weren't going to fix shit. I was going to buy the house anyway. I didn't even know how to clean a dishwasher. I could have literally cleaned the dishwasher and it would have worked. I was 30 something years old. So it blows my mind how much we grow up, even when we thought we knew it all. And there are people out there right now that are way younger that are kicking ass and taking names. And there are people that are around my age that had no idea you didn't have to put flour in a gravy. So, yep, keep on learning, keep doing what you think. Foremost, be honest with yourself. Please be honest with yourself. And if you're talking about any of this stuff in a public forum, or like say if you're not drinking or going to AA, don't lie in those fucking meetings and don't lie to yourself. Okay? It's a cardinal sin. Do your best. Please. I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard not to lie. And that's one of my easier things. I don't have much of a problem with that. And it freaks me out when I see people come out and admit that they've been lying for a while. It's not them coming out and admitting that they disappointed themselves. It's them coming out and admitting that they lied. I have a problem with that. So, yeah. Uh, I don't know if you're still here. And if you are, if you have any clue who I'm talking about, you might. I don't know. So, anyway, I'm going to go now. I got dishes to do. It's been taking a long time to do them. My hot water tank doesn't want to stay hot long enough. I got to do them in stages. And yeah, 40 minutes. Yep, back at the long videos. So yeah, I love you a long time. Remember, God loves you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Too far away.